Welcome, travelers, to the official Dark Dwellings van tour. What is that smell? This can't be happening again. Get rid of this fucking smell. Oh, what's up, travelers? Welcome to Dark Dwellings. In today's video, we are finally going to be giving you the van tour. Now, we spent many months turning this empty shell into the darkest camper van of all time, and it is finally complete. So without further ado, travelers, let's head to the back and get this van tour started. Alright, so the first stop on this van tour is the partition wall. We chose to do a solid partition wall with a sliding door because this is going to provide you with an extra layer of security, climate control, and privacy. You can hide whatever it is you have going on back here with the partition wall. Immediately when you enter the living area of the van, you are greeted by the fridge. We chose to fully enclose the fridge in the same wood and paint as the cabinets to give it a finished look. Now inside the fridge you have 4 cubic feet of space as well as a separate freezer. Installed underneath the fridge is the V-Lit high elevation heater. You can no longer see it because I tucked it away nice and clean, but it's in there. The heat air duct runs underneath the kitchen galley beside me here and exits towards the middle of the van and gives you a nice even heat to your living area. Okay, now it's hard to film in the van. Let's talk about this beautiful floor. This is real slate from a company called Slate Light. In addition to being 100% natural slate, this product is also UV resistant, frost proof, and 100% waterproof to help you clean up any spills or any mess that you might make. It has an average thickness of only 2 millimeters. The section we put in only weighs 13 pounds. The textures, the colors, the depth, this is everything a wannabe influencer needs. Okay, let's keep it moving and talk about the driver's side kitchen galley. This kitchen galley features 6 cascading drawers that increase in size as you work your way down. And this side is the bigger of the 2 kitchen galleys. So this has enough storage to hold any supplies you might need for whatever your travels might throw at you. Now the passenger side galley is a little different, so pay attention. You still have 3 drawers. These ones are all uniform in size. They do not get bigger as you go down. And then beside it you have a cabinet for your sink area. And speaking of sink, let's talk about ours here. We went with a black stainless steel top mount from Eco Channels. This one is 10 inches deep, so you can really pile up your dishes in here and procrastinate as much as you want, probably the whole camping trip if you really wanted to. And then we went with a black faucet to keep in line with our dark theme here. Let's check out the water pressure on this. I think I used all the water during the cleaning of the van. But, you know, there is water. But before we move on, let's showcase the cooktop on the other side. We chose to do a drawer system for the cooktop. That way, when it's not in use, you could tuck it out of the way, but when you do need it, you still have access to all of your countertop space. We went with an induction cooktop. That way, when it's tucked back into the kitchen galley, the heat isn't going to transfer to the countertop. Now, this cooktop is not permanently fixed to this drawer. You can take it out and move it anywhere in the van that you want, or you could even take it outside, and that way you have options on where you want to cook. But I highly recommend keeping it here because you have the max air fan directly overhead, or you have your door right here to extract any sort of fumes or smells that you might create. Okay, now that we've covered the kitchen galleys, let's keep moving back and talk about the multifunctional benches. This van features 2 benches, one on the driver's side and one on the passenger side. They are both identical in size. The only difference is what they hide on the inside. So the passenger side features a pull-out drawer system, which hides the cassette toilet. The drawer is mounted with heavy-duty drawer slides, and it is also supported by the front face of the drawer itself, so it can handle any kind of weight you might dump onto it. Now the driver's side bench houses the EcoFlow battery, which you can access from the front by lifting up on the seat. Both of the benches are made from extruded aluminum and then wrapped in Baltic birch plywood, so they are very robust in strength. And then the seat cushions of the benches are made in a very special fabric. And if you want to see exactly how we built these benches, we have a how-to video up on our channel. I'll link it in the description so you can check that out. All right, so before we go any further back in the van, let's talk about the ceiling and everything it has to offer. We chose to color match the ceiling to the walls to give it a cohesive look, and then we went ahead and filled in all the gaps to give it a seamless look. Installed in the ceiling are 12 LED puck lights, 3000 Kelvin for those of you that are wondering. Now when it came to the puck lights, we've seen people do 3, we've seen people do 6, 8. We chose to do 12 to really help you out on those days where you want to deep clean the van and see all the nooks and crannies and everything that you might miss. One more thing for the ceiling before we move on, and that is the Max Air Deluxe ceiling fan. We chose to mount it in the front so that way it could be as close as possible to your cooking space, and that way it will extract any lingering smells that you might have in the van. All right, attached to the lovely ceiling is the upper cabinets. Let's talk about them, yeah? These are constructed with 1/2-inch Baltic birch plywood to make them as lightweight as possible. These cabinets are bolted to the actual metal frame of the van using M6 bolts. M6 bolts. If you need something more robust than that, then maybe Vanlife isn't for you. I don't know. Now, one more thing that makes our cabinets a little bit more unique is we chose to do one continuous door for the cabinets for each section of the van. You'll see a lot of builds where they'll do 2, maybe 3 doors for their cabinets. But when you're staying in a van and you need to get something out of the cabinet, you're gonna open up one, realize the thing you're looking for is not in that cabinet, close it, go to the other cabinet, realize it's also not in there, only to go back to the first cabinet and find it way in the back. Eliminating the multiple cabinet doors eliminates the frustrations of finding the things in your van. Now we have 3 cabinet zones in the van. You have 1 for your kitchen area and then 2 for the sort of bedroom area in the back. The cabinet for the kitchen space towards the front of the van also features an LED strip light underneath to help illuminate your countertop space. Now the cabinets for the back of the van, which are over the bed area, also feature an LED light, but it is on a dimmer switch and it is a red LED strip light. All right, let's talk about smart devices. This little console right here controls everything electrical within the van. This is the EcoFlow Power Kit console. On here you have all the information you need when it comes to your electrical system. The readout will display things like your battery percentage, your input in watts, output in watts, whether you have AC going out, DC going out. You can even turn on or off any of the various input methods, your roof mounted solar panels, alternator charger, your shore power hookup, and we even added the option to do portable solar powers as well. Now when you go into your output section, this will give you access to all of your electrical devices, water pump, garage light, any of the lights that you have in here. These act as your on-off switches for that. And everything that's on here you can actually access in the Bluetooth app. It'll give you the same readouts that's on this screen on your phone, so you can turn things on or off even when you're outside of the van. While we're on the subject of power, we installed 6 of these wall outlets throughout the living section of the van. You also have 1 additional outlet in the garage section of the van on the driver's side to power any sort of electrical devices outside. That's going to wrap up everything in the front half of the build. Now let's go ahead and talk about the back side, starting with the bed, because it's quite special. This is a semi-fixed frame, and what I mean by that is that the majority of it is fixed to the actual frame of the van using extruded aluminum, but it has an extension piece that goes over top of the benches, extending your legroom for when you're laying in the bed. But when you don't need it, you can just push it back and then that will free up your living space. Now listen up for this part. When you have your bed frame fully extended to the maximum length, you have yourself a king size mattress. That's right, we were able to squeeze in a true king size mattress into this camper van so you don't have to sacrifice any of your comfort while you sleep. And just when you thought it couldn't get any sweeter, we installed directly over top of the mattress the beautiful, the lovely, the energy efficient Dometic RTX 2000 AC. We chose to mount it directly over the bed to maximize your comfort while you sleep. You shouldn't have to suffer while you try to sleep. Okay, building the van was suffering enough. We pulled out all the stops when it came to comfort, so RTX 2000 directly over your king mattress. While I have you in the bed area, let's go ahead and talk about the windows. These are the Overland Series half slider bunk window. So maybe the AC is not your thing. Maybe you just want to be more in tune with nature. Perhaps you just want to feel that beautiful cross breeze. The half slider is the way to go.
Last on this van tour is the garage area. The passenger side houses all of your plumbing, featuring a 1-gallon water heater, a 22-gallon freshwater tank, and an outdoor shower. Now the driver's side gives you access to your EcoFlow distribution panel to make any changes that you might need.
Thank you so much for checking out the van build. It was quite the journey to get us here, travelers, but we finally made it. If you've seen anything in this build that maybe you wanted to try for your own camper van, well then you're in luck, because we have a whole build series dedicated to everything we put in this camper van. And if anyone is interested, this van is now up for sale. Links for all that information will be down in the description below. So until the next project, travelers, always remember, keep it dark and happy dwelling.